MMA. Hey. Roll it from the roots to today. From the cage to the ring, we say. Old school, new school.
Welcome back, everybody, to Old School, New School. I am your host, Dante Harris, and I am joined by my co-host, as always, Anthony Harris.
What's up?
And we had some wonderful fights last night. We got a new BMF, a new one.
Yeah.
And we had some wonderful other fights that we're going to cover today, and some headlines that we're going to have to go over, like the White House card that was just announced last night.
Interesting.
But let's start at the top.
Sure.
The biggest fight of the night that everyone tuned in for, Max Bless Holloway up against DuBronx, Charles Oliveira. Let's hear them thoughts, man. What you thinking?
So my first thought is I didn't think Charles could do that to Holloway. Number one. Yeah. Complete shutout? Like complete shutout?
Has anyone ever done anything like that to Max? Except maybe Volkanovski's third fight? But a shutout like this?
Yeah, that's it hasn't been seen in his career, and that doesn't mean there's a decline. I think there's just Oliveira had his family in the ring. I mean, he had everybody there last night.
Yeah.
And there's a little controversy, fan controversy, I think, that goes on there. We discussed it a little bit.
Yes.
Would you like to?
I think we got to go into depth because I know there's a lot of different opinions on this. It being the new BMF belt, the baddest dude who is... It kind of goes without saying this is like the belt of the guy that... Max Holloway was the perfect example of this. The guy that is standing in there... He points down to the ground because he don't care. He's here to throw down, risk it all because he's just the BMF, right? In this fight, for instance, we didn't see that. We saw a pure shutout from just grappling. Every round, Charles Oliveira would, let's not get it twisted. He did get some beautiful strikes in, and he actually outstruck Max the entire fight. But once he got in, got a little body lock on him, picked him up, took him down, and that was it. That's all she wrote every single round.
Yeah.
Every round.
Yeah. I mean, I do give credit for Holloway not being finished. You know what I mean? Because
hard to do.
Being in all those bad situations, he was able to survive. But you're right, though. On the feet, Oliveira he looked so good. He just looked like he looked unstoppable last night to me.
Got some stats right here.
You know, in that division, I think that he looked really unstoppable. But for the BMF, I could see both sides of the argument. Like we want to see guys bang, like throw down.
Yeah.
But this is MMA, and you do use your strengths to win, and it's still about winning. You know what I mean? And then Max is one of those guys that like he's like this. He's like a locomotive. You know, when he gets started, you can't stop him.
Right.
And
Charles Oliveira shut that down.
Shut it down.
Because he would strike with him, right? And he hit him with like hard shots because he was just throwing heat, nothing but heat.
Yeah.
Every strike he threw and connected, you heard it, right?
Yeah.
From kicks to punches. And he would hit him nice. And as soon as Max feels like he got a groove, he's like, all right, I'm going to counter him. There goes Charles clinching up. Boom, got him. And now he's like, fuck, now I got to defend this. He couldn't defend it whatsoever.
Yeah, for the entire round. I mean, he had... It was just a great performance by Charles, man. I think he was just on top of his game last night. And I don't know if you could say 10 out of 10 times that would happen.
Right.
But if you look at even the power of the strikes that Oliveira was throwing compared to the strikes that Holloway was throwing, there was a big difference in that power. It almost, to me, looked like a different weight class.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it almost did because Max kind of looked like a 145er in there against a true 155er.
Which is crazy because they have the same build, too.
Yeah.
They're built the same. They both used to fight at 145. But Oliveira looked like the stronger,
He did.
the bigger guy who held him down. Max couldn't get up, which I thought he'd be able to get up at least once.
Yeah, man, I don't know. You just got to give all the credit for Oliveira being able to do that to Max Holloway, especially at that caliber. But I don't want to use the controversy to take anything away from Oliveira's performance.
I think we should address directly because we already know what's going to be said by the fans, right? The BMF, stand and bang. Why are you scared? Why you hold them? Because, you know, it's funny, when they first came in, they're cheering. Both of the fighters, they had so much love coming in. Charles, they love Charles. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love Max Holloway, right?
Right.
But then as soon as they get in the fight and Charles does what Charles does best, they're booing him.
They were booing him. So that just goes to show you what they thought the BMF should be.
Right.
That's all that says.
And it's understandable, but there's got to be a criteria. If we're going to go by saying that if you're going to fight for the BMF belt, it needs to be a stand and bang, call it the SUO belt. Stand up freaking only. Stand up only belt.
Yeah, but now we're boxing.
Exactly.
Now we're kickboxing.
So if that's what you want this belt to represent, have it be a stand up only fight.
Yeah.
But that's not what it is. It's an MMA fight at the end of the day.
Yep.
Charles hit him with more total strikes, more significant strikes. He hit him hard, and Max couldn't stop him. And if you think Max is still the BMF after being beat like that, you trying to tell me the baddest motherfucker can get hold down like that?
Yeah.
That's the baddest dude to you?
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, I mean,
you know?
I agree with you in that sense. I mean,
You know?
I don't want to say anything against the style that Charles brought last night. He looked like a killer last night, and I think that he did everything that he was supposed to. So, really and truly, so on the stat side, it's kind of difficult to kind of measure anything that Holloway did as far as throwing strikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this fight never lasted long enough on his feet to kind of say, oh, well, he threw 5 significant strikes on his feet to be anything significant. You know what I mean? So that
How
fight
many
was
attempts did he have? I feel like he had more attempts than 4.
submissions.
Yeah. I feel like he attempted at least one every round.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
And he had some nasty elbows too. Once he got him from the back and he threw these straight from 12 to 6.
yeah,
Boom.
those were really
Those
nasty.
were so nice. He cut him up pretty nice too early in the fight.
He did.
One thing I did notice as well is that when they fought, instead of there being a ranking next to their name, there was no ranking. So there was a champion, like a C next to Holloway's name,
Right.
but no ranking next to Oliveira's name, which makes you kind of think and speaks into what you talked to before, having it be a non-weight class fight, like not cruiserweight, but a catchweight fight.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
have it its own thing,
Yeah.
and not really affect your rankings.
That's
in
how
your
I think
division.
it should be.
And that's what it seemed like because they didn't have him ranked or anything.
Well, you also got to remember that this belt is not like the UFC belt, right? This is the fans' belt.
Yeah.
So when the fans have a problem with the way that it's structured as far as, not being a banger fight, whatever the case may be, I think that's something the UFC has to kind of listen to because this is the belt that was given to the fans.
That is true.
It hasn't been done anywhere else that you can have an outside belt in the inside of the game. You know what I mean? So I would say listen to the fans and see what they want. They want to see a war. That's what they want to see. You know what I mean? That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
But nobody's really going to change their style in that short period of time to be just a war. I'm going to use my strengths. And that's what Oliveira did last night.
He did, and beautifully.
Better than any time I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. So if it's going to be a fan belt, we're going to have to change the criteria to be what the fans want to see.
Yeah.
That's the only way to fix any problems, if there are problems with the BMF belt. But this goes into something deeper now. So these are 2 elite fighters who, in my opinion, are top 20 all-time fighters, like that to ever do it.
For sure.
Greatest to ever do it, okay? This makes Max in his last 5 fights 3-2. Charles is now 3-2 as well after this fight. Where does this place them in the lightweight 155 division, in the rankings, and how can they maneuver from here? Because we know Oliveira's already fought everyone at the top at least once, right?
Right.
So it's kind of, they probably thought Max would win this one, and they probably hoped that Max would win this one because it's a better storyline to have him go up and rematch Ilya potentially as a rematch than a Charles.
Who? Oliveira? I mean,
Max Holloway. But the also problem is, if Gaethje wins, he's fought both of them, and he's lost to both of them.
yeah.
So it's really tough right now at that 155 division.
Well, the thing is the way Charles looked last night, I think he could have beat anybody in the 155.
Right. I agree.
I mean, I think he could have beat anybody in the 155, especially even Taporia. I mean, even losing the way that he did last night, man, he looked like he was unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And I don't care who was in front of him in that weight class. I think he would have did the same thing to him. I just feel that way because Charles is at the point right now in his life and in his career that he's learning from these mistakes like this.
Yeah, still.
You know what I mean?
Still.
And
After having his resurgence and having a huge run, he's still learning and getting better.
And he's not somebody that I would say, okay, I don't want to see him fight again. I think the Achilles heel for him is Sarukian. I think just because, you know what I mean, that Sarukian puts a monkey wrench in both of their runs.
Yeah.
Because you cannot go past Sarukian.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Sarukian must have the next title shot, even if he has to have one more fight in between, which he should, just to keep him fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It should be up to him, but he'll probably have to. Seems
Yeah.
like Dana's still not really happy with him.
I know he
to
isn't,
this
but
day.
still, I mean, after that incident, you know, the wrestling
Right.
incident, but
Right, we'll get to that.
yeah.
But as you see, so Charles, he wins. He's already fought Armin, lost. He's fought Gaethje, beat him.
Right.
And he's fought Topuria, lost. So those are all the people above him in the 155 division. So now, if we want to give Oliveira one more fight, like just one more to see, to keep him afloat and have him fight for another one.
The only person, let me interrupt you really quick.
Yeah.
The only person is Rufy. If Rufy wins this White House card fight, that would put him in a situation where he could face him. That would allow him to move up because there's nobody else in that ranking. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
So they'll have to be it, right?
Yeah, it would have to be Rufy, but Rufy would have to win this game.
He would have to win.
So the cards have to fall correctly in
Exactly.
order for him to move somewhere, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
And he's fighting Chandler.
Yeah.
Rufy winning that.
Oh, yeah, I think Chandler's, he's past his prime for me.
Yeah.
You know.
But that'd be an awesome fight. Rufy, Oliveira, I'd love to see that.
Oh, me too.
So,
me too.
But now let's look at, I guess we can address Max too. Because
Max is also in one of those tough spots. He has to fight people like Patty and Gamrot. You know what I mean? Santini.
So he's right. He's just thrown in the mix right now in the 155 pool.
Right.
And you got to swim out of it.
You do. And he's not an old fighter. You know what I mean? He's a
prime
young.
time.
Yeah. So he could do what he has to do to get
For
back.
sure.
And it's a new division for him to try to conquer too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I love him, man, as a fighter. I watched his whole career. He's a tough guy. He was the BMF, and he deserved every inch of that belt, right?
Yep.
And it was taken by a stronger man last night. And that's all.
I agree. Now I want to kind of zoom out and look at big picture. Even though it might be early, they're obviously still active and still fighting. But who do you think right now currently had a better career between Oliveira? Who has a better resume? Just looking at their stats, Oliveira or Max Holloway?
Oh.
Who would you say, just without looking at stats, just off the top of your head?
I would say Holloway.
Holloway?
Yeah.
Probably mainly because of defenses, right?
Yeah. I would, because he cleaned out his division, man.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And he beat Hall of Famers on his way up there.
Mm-hmm.
I would give him the nod for sure. But the resurgence of Charles Oliveira was nothing short than a miracle. Not a miracle. It was amazing. It shows what hard work and perseverance really does.
100%. I would want to now look at their stats right now just to compare them, because I think they're really close when it comes to like the all-time picture of where they would stand in like a top 100 all-time fighter list. But right now, let's see. So Holloway has one title win and an interim win.
Right.
He's won the interim title against Pettis, won the title against Jose Aldo, and he has 3 title defenses: Aldo, Ortega, Frankie Edgar. While Oliveira, he's only won 1 title against Michael Chandler, and he's only defended it once against Dustin Poirier. So that right there already kind of like hurts you in the rankings. But now we go into like the little smaller details, like finishes.
Right.
21 finishes from
For
Charles Oliveira
Yeah, that's a lot.
to Max Holloway's 13.
Yeah.
He's got 21 bonuses to Max Holloway's 13.
Yeah.
Now this is where it gets interesting. World champions. So how many world champions have they beaten? Oliveira has beaten 5, counting interim champions, of course.
Still champs.
And Max Holloway just got added to that list. And they got Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Ferguson, and even Clay Guida,
Ha.
Strikeforce champ.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. While Max Holloway has beaten 8 world champions. Charles Oliveira, Pettis twice. Jose Aldo. No, it was Pettis once. Jose Aldo twice. Frankie Edgar, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Yair Rodriguez. Big names, man. Big names. Both BMFs. It's really close, man.
It is close. I mean, the finish is 21-13.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big
Same with the
difference.
bonuses, man. It's those finishes and bonuses what keeps him really up there.
Yeah.
Because that's just how you know he's an exciting fighter.
But, you know, what it all comes down to is they're super high-level fighters.
Yeah.
And what happened last night is just Oliveira is just on a different level than Max is.
Yeah. I think it was just cool to look at real quick
No, I
because
think
these
that
are
was
obviously elite of the elite.
And where do you have them both in the top 100?
On my list, I actually have Holloway ranked number 15 all time, behind the likes of where we got him. Where we have him at? I have him over Uriah Faber, under Islam,
Okay.
while I have Oliveira 20th,
20th. Okay.
number 20, behind the likes of Chuck Liddell and Volkanovski. Are both people like might be controversial, but Shogun Rua and Kamaru Usman.
Well, what's funny is when you break out the top 100, it would be a controversial subject.
It
so
gets controversial.
it's good to give them a little bite and piece and taste.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So,
It'll be a big release one day.
all right.
It's coming. But I think we should move on to the co-main event. Right here, these guys right here, the middleweight division.
Ooh, I like this fight.
This was a big fight.
I like
Two
this
ranked
fight.
guys getting close. They're right there on the cusp of fighting for the title next. Big names. Caio Barayo and RDR. I think it was a good fight. They're both coming into this fight 3-1. You know, they're kind of in the same situation. Kyle just lost. His latest loss was actually the fight before he lost to Imavov, the Frenchman who's about to go fight for the belt. And RDR lost to Brendan Allen and kind of got like this tag of being a quitter put on him. Have you noticed that?
I did.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they've been talking about for like the last.
And I don't know
couple
why.
weeks.
I mean, I think that was just one of those situations where, you know, he was gassed, you know, and he was never put in that situation because he usually was in the lead. And you know what I mean? And when you're not in the lead and you got to deal with somebody that was as heavy as my man was in that night, you know, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
That fight last night was a difference in styles and striking because once you can stop De Ritter's takedown or his clinch work, what else does he have? His striking isn't good enough.
Too slow.
He's too slow.
Yeah.
He doesn't have good striking footwork.
Yeah.
He's really good in the clinch, and his danger in the clinch is setting you up with those knees.
Exactly.
Kyle did a fantastic job, man.
Coming in with his hands down.
Yeah, well,
Pulling the Bobby Green.
he did.
That's like a little different, right? He
did.
changed up his striking. He started bringing his hands
He
down.
did.
And boom, and popping them.
Yeah,
He looked great. He was in and out. He was quick. His gas tank was fantastic.
it was.
He was getting tested in the third, and he looked pretty good.
He looked pretty good.
Takedown defense,
Excellent.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Couldn't even take him down, huh?
Yeah, he had a hard time dealing with him in every aspect of the fight. I think he was stronger than De Ritter. He was definitely a better striker.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say he was a better grappler, but we didn't get to see because Kyle's defense was so good that De Ritter never got an opportunity to kind of impose his will.
And Kyle had no respect for RDR's
no.
striking
No.
at all.
No.
He was standing there in front of him like this.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Alistair Overeem fighting against Brock Lesnar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you remember how he was the same thing.
Right, just
Overeem
messing with
had
him.
no respect whatsoever.
That's crazy.
So it kind of reminded me of
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for RDR? He came in with a lot of hype, fantastic record. He was a former champion. And he came in whooping everybody, just bulldozing through people. But then you see him get stopped once by Brandon Allen, and now stopped once again, and kind of easily by Kyle.
Well,
What does this mean?
it means the UFC is for real.
It's for real.
And the top dogs are the real top dogs.
Exactly.
You're not going to come in. I mean, your greatest win so far obviously was Whitaker, but I bet you couldn't beat him again.
Ooh, that
bet
Whitaker was that was a crazy one.
Yeah, I don't think you could beat Whitaker again. You know what I mean? He's a student of the game, and he would change up his style. Even though he had a great game plan, he would be able to get out of that clinch work, I think.
Yeah.
Size was a little difference in that fight, though.
I was just about to
being
say, I think
6'4".
RDR being so tall and Whitaker, he's probably like a 5'10", maybe?
Something like that.
I
Yeah.
think he definitely uses his range perfectly, but when you meet somebody his size, that's a little issue going
even
on.
Brandon Allen kind of proved that too. I mean, Brandon's jiu-jitsu was so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there you go. Here's another situation when we're in a 185 climb. Cajallo is number 7. Anthony Hernandez lost his last fight, who was number 6. So what does that do in the rankings? De Ritter, who was number 8, now he probably holds on to that since Cajallo was already there. But there's going to be a bounce. It's probably going to be Cajallo against Brandon Allen next.
I think it should be the man he called out at the end of the fight.
Duplessis?
Yes.
I think he's jumping. And I'm not mad for that because the way I look at it is Brandon Allen is on a tear right now.
Yeah.
And in order
give him Duplessis? Brandon Allen?
Yes, maybe so.
Because Duplessis needs somebody.
Yeah.
He's been quiet, just
you're right.
sitting there.
And then Anthony Hernandez, he has to go backwards. So let's go with Cajallo and him. He has to go backwards. He lost the fight. He's not going to go forward.
Since there's no one left.
There's no one forward he can fight except for Israel. And Israel has a fight.
Right.
You know, so you're looking at Cajallo staying right here, fighting a fighter above him to see if he's worthy of getting up here, which he is, obviously.
But you giving him who?
I'm giving him Hernandez, Fluffy.
Honestly, after this fight, once they update it, I think he might actually go above
Fluffy?
Hernandez.
Yeah, that's possible. There's still nobody else for him to
I
fight.
feel like it shouldn't be a standstill for neither of them. I feel like you lose, you should drop 1. Cajallo should go up 1.
I'm not mad at that.
And I feel like Cajallo and Duplessis is the fight to make. That's it right there.
Oh, I don't know. I think Brandon Allen can handle Duplessis. I think Brandon
he can too.
I really do. I want to give him an opportunity to get in that top 1-2, you know.
That is a problem. I mean, there's probably no other lineup for Allen, so I guess for that. Or you can give Cajallo Sean Strickland.
Sean wants the belt again.
So he's just gonna wait.
No, he won't. He'll go through somebody. I'm sure he will. As good as he looked in his last fight, I think he'll take anybody.
That's an interesting match. Cajallo and Strickland.
Yeah, Strickland will beat him.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's too crisp.
Yeah.
Defense too much.
Too much. All of his strengths are also Strickland's defensive strengths.
Right.
So you'll have a really, really, really tough time beating Strickland.
But this is great, man. Middleweight division is looking pretty deep.
Oh, it's really deep.
Love
I just
to
want to
see it.
What I really want to see in that division is what Hernandez, Fluffy, my man, comes back to do and who they give him.
Exactly.
That's an interesting thing.
Okay, on to the next fight. We have Raul Rosas Jr. against the Puerto Rican
Whoa, yes.
Now, I think there's a lot you wanted to talk about in this one. Eh?
Yeah.
So Rosas came into this fight 4-0, his last 4 fights. 1 knockout, 1 sub. Font came into this fight 2-2, beating John Matsumoto in one of those, which was a big win. I mean, what can you say? Rosas came in, he looked a lot more confident starting into the fight, more confident in his striking in the beginning. But then got into grappling. And that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah, I think it's funny because this is what's so beautiful about MMA, right? For me, when I analyze the fight and I watch Rosa, his striking is so programmed, right? Mm-hmm. This is what he learned in the gym. These are the strike methods which I'm going to use, right? So he's really still foreign to it,
right?
Even though he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Font is a pretty good boxer. He has good hands. He has a good jab. He has to change his style. He got down low to try to stop the takedown, which didn't stop the takedown. It goes to show you that no matter where you are, like as a striker, and you come in and try to learn wrestling and learn jiu-jitsu, you might learn submissions and things, but the game of somebody who's been on that ground since they were a little kid,
it's natural.
It shows you what's the difference. You can, and he had a good attempts, you know what I mean? But Rosa was 2 steps ahead of him on every single ground maneuver.
Yeah.
So how much can you learn coming from a striking base in your career, even mid-career? How much will you learn to be able to effectively defend somebody of that caliber on the ground?
Exactly.
It's an argument, you know. And I say, if you don't know the ground, you'll never get to that top
Yeah,
level.
it's like once they get down there, Rob Font has to rely on what he's learned in his training, while Rosas doesn't have to think about it. It's
No.
just second nature. He knows what to do when this happens, to where he's going to be outclassed on the floor
Right.
at all times. And like you said, Font did have some good submission attempts on the ground.
He did.
One thing that was confusing to me, he was throwing these really wide shots when they were on the stand up. That's all he was throwing, really. You know, just
Yeah.
really wide little hooks, and he would just get caught, grabbed, taken down.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought the idea of being a little lower was
Yeah.
a good idea. I'm not sure what they worked on as far as his defense was concerned.
Yeah,
I thought they probably figured that he could get out of a lot of these situations.
yeah,
But the only thing that I'll say negative about Rosa
yeah.
is I think he held on a lot of times for dear life, in the sense that he
Playing it
would,
safe.
yeah, he didn't want to open up and try to create strikes.
Yeah.
Because those scrambles could have been dangerous for him. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I think that's something that he's going to have to grow on.
I agree. I mean, I know he's on this run of trying to become the youngest UFC champion or whatever. First of all, it's
Kind
not
of too late now, isn't it?
It's not. Nah, he's still on track.
Is he? Oh,
Supposedly, he said.
we'll see.
He's not gonna get that belt. I'm sorry, but still, he was playing it safe. Now he has finally entered the rankings with this win, which is good for him.
Very.
The only thing is you got to show some more. If you're gonna hold him down, we got to see some more submission attempts. We got to see some strikes. You got to show us that you are worthy of fighting these big dudes. Because if you go out and saying that none of these guys at the top really scare me or anything,
Right.
like, no, you should be. You should be scared because you ain't doing this to nobody else moving on up.
Yeah, from that point on, I think everybody that's in that divisional run,
Yeah,
you got problems with.
exactly.
And you're dealing with an older fighter. I mean, Rob Font, I like Rob Font a lot. You know what I mean? As a fighter, he's a constant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And but still, man, it comes down to I don't know. He hadn't learned enough. I've been on the ground enough, and he has a fantastic coach and a fantastic team. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you how much can you actually learn in a period of time.
Right. I mean, some people, they plateaued. He had a good run.
He did,
You
and
know,
he's
and-
still ranked. I mean, I don't think he drops out of the 15. He's 13 going into that fight.
He might hang on to that ranking.
Yeah.
And, hey, we'll see you on the next one.
Right. But you're right. I mean, Rosa has everybody that he has to face from there on is going to be more than a challenge in one way or another.
I mean, who do we give him now?
I don't know.
Okay, because I'm looking at like a Cheeto Vera
Well, see,
coming
Cheetah's,
off a tough loss.
Cheetah's on his way down, I think. I mean,
But you don't think Cheeto would be able to hold this man, Rosas off? Really?
No, definitely not.
I feel like we don't get to see Cheeto get taken down much.
You know, a good fight for him would be Peyton Talbot.
No, it's not a smart move.
I think it's a great fight.
There are two youngins moving on up.
Yeah,
Can't have that.
yeah, sure. Let's clash.
Why would you have Peyton
Because
fight
there's
down?
nobody. If you think about it, there's nobody else in that division that isn't young and a young lion trying to get to the top. Everybody is. Every single person.
But Talbot is moving on up.
After his win against
Cejudo.
he looked fantastic.
Yep.
You don't want to give him Brandon after a loss. David Martinez. We're talking about matchmaking
Not
here.
Martinez. Well, maybe a Figueiredo. Maybe a Song Yadong. Might be too big of a jump, but hey.
Song Yadong. We
Yadong.
talked about him last week too.
Yes, we
Sam.
did. Because he's got to protect this ranking. That's where
does.
he's at right
It's
now.
Such an interesting class too.
It
man,
is.
you know.
It's so deep. And Rosas, boy, you better be
I'm looking.
get better. I mean, not like just keep getting better. You know what I mean?
He will. He's young. He's a
Yes.
sponge.
Right.
The kid's a sponge. He's gonna grow. Obviously, he just needs more striking experiences. You know what I mean? Instead of just relying on your wrestling. When you have a high wrestler that might be able to stop it down and want to keep it on his feet.
Yep.
So,
But hey, still young man, bright future. And,
bright
I
future.
hope he only gets better.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Let's
We
get
had
it.
2 veterans, longtime veterans, record holders.
Gotta change the.
Oh, you right. Yeah, changed it up a little bit. We had a knockout for this one. Where's our knock? We gotta need like a knockout bell or something. You know?
Yeah, we do.
Michael Johnson, Drew Dober. Michael Johnson's last 4 before this fight he was 3-1.
Yeah.
Great. He was looking
Looking good.
fantastic,
Looking
beating
good.
young cats, knocking them out. I think he looked great in this fight too. He was fast. He looked fresh. He looked in shape.
Yes.
What were your thoughts, man?
Drew has a lot of power. He's an
The
intelligent
Crimson Chin.
and he's an intelligent fighter.
Mhm.
Very intelligent. And
Yeah.
he knows when to strike and at what point your weaknesses are. He survived the first round by going through, caught some good shots, and then read Michael Johnson. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He read him. And what happened? I hate to see that, man, because I was rooting so much for
Yeah.
Michael Johnson to keep this run going. You know, I like Drew. He's a really good fighter.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot slower than Michael was, but he's a lot smarter as a fighter.
Yeah.
He's just a smarter fighter. You know, I don't know. Michael Johnson's fought the same style for his entire career.
Right.
You know, which is part of who you are. It's got to be a little bit different in your movements. If you look at your movements, they've always been the same.
Yeah.
And if you become that kind of fighter, people watch your videos, they watch your fights, they study you.
And if you have a good coach, a good gym that really knows how to break down and scout these fighters, they should be able to come up with a good game plan.
That's right.
And
You know, and all it takes is, I mean, we'll move on to, when we move on to the next one, you'll see that happen in another one.
Yeah.
The same kind of situation. You know, it all comes down, if you do have a good coach, and I like that point that you brought up, because coaching is everything.
Yeah.
And you look a lot of times in these corners when these guys have lost a round, and coaches will say things to them like, you got to move more, or, you know what I mean? They won't give them specifics of where you can beat this guy.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of a coach.
exactly.
Listen, this guy is dropping his hand. Every time you give him a feint, he's dropping his right. Some small detail in order for you to capitalize on it so
Yes.
you can be successful.
As a coach, you have to have the eyes and see what the fighter doesn't see. Because
Exactly.
you have an outside perspective. You see him in third person, so you can see something that fighters can't see, so you got to let them know.
Yeah.
So if you go in the corner and just go, come on, you're better than him, man. Just beat him up.
Encouragement is good,
Come
but
on, bro.
that's not instruction.
That's why you have like 3 people in your corner, right? You
Yeah.
got the hype man, you got the analytical dude, and
Yeah.
maybe your girl, make you
Yeah.
motivated or something like
Right,
that.
I like that. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, but that's a job of a coach. A coach needs to be sharp enough to be able to see the weaknesses of his opponent. And if you prepared enough, you should be able to capitalize on what your coach is telling you.
Yeah.
So preparation and coach work all comes into winning these big fights,
Exactly.
especially at the highest level.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no shortcuts, no.
No.
You got to be on it. But I think it was a cool fight, man, for
too.
when it lasts. Michael
Oh, yeah.
Johnson definitely won the first round. He was faster. He had more volume. But Drew Dober, man, he caught him. And Drew Dober, he has the most knockouts in lightweight
He
history.
does. And that's, I mean, you
You
should
would
be
never
aware of
think that,
that
huh?
fight. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've seen his whole career. I
Right.
mean, we've seen him knock a lot of people out.
Would you give a guy, okay, now this is going to be interesting. Would you give a guy like Drew Dober a BMF type of fight?
Why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
How long has he been in the UFC? A long time.
Over 10 for sure.
And has a record of the most
Knockouts in lightweight history.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the kind of guys that I want to see fight
Yeah.
in the BMF. It
Right.
shouldn't be just one belt. It should be kind of divisional dogs.
Yes.
That's
I
what
agree.
it is. You know what I mean?
I agree. So, but the question is now, is Drew Dober is he known by casuals?
Yeah, because one of the kids on my basketball team was at the airport the other day. I didn't think he knew MMA at all. And he said, hey, coach, I ran into Drew Dober at the airport. So to me, I'm like, yo, so.
Well, hey, if he knows Drew, that's kind of crazy, though.
yeah,
That's true.
it's kind of crazy.
Right.
So I think he has enough notoriety about him. He's a good guy. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know. I would say he's a candidate for me.
I would agree, man. I mean, come on. Most knockouts
Yeah.
in lightweight history.
Yeah.
History. That's historical, baby.
And he's there. He's still there.
I'd be totally down with that. I'd love it. Now, brings us to the first fight on the main card. RoboCop and Hulk, the fight we all wanted to see, the crossover.
Love it.
Both coming into this fight 3-1 in their last 4. Great record. RoboCop took a loss to Cannoneer, but he did beat Kopilov.
Yes.
Hulk coming in, lost to Abus. His biggest win was probably Marvin Vittori.
Yeah. And that was like, that was just an ugly fight to me.
Right. But this fight, all it was one punch. Really?
I think RoboCop threw 2 strikes. I think he threw 1 T kick and the knockout punch.
Right, exactly.
That was it.
That's all it was. All it took. And Hulk was out.
Man.
It was a right? It was like a right hook,
it was
a right straight?
It was a short fake jab
And then right.
and a straight right to the jaw. And that
Gone.
dropped him.
First round.
And you see how clean of a sport he is. He didn't try to strike him again.
Nah. I'm a big fan of RoboCop, man.
Me too.
He's a monster, dude. And I think he's only getting better as well. He's one of those guys. He's entering his prime. He's starting to figure things out.
Yeah.
His fighting IQ is getting together because
I agree.
I mean, his loss to Cannoneer was really just stamina because he had him on
That's
the ropes.
exactly
He
what
almost
it
knocked
was.
him out. His stamina, his gas tank killed him at the end.
Right.
You know, to where Cannoneer had a wonderful performance that fight. But this is good for Gregory. Great win in the 185 division. And I'm looking at these rankings right here. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of great matchups we have. We can set them up with the likes of a Roman Dolidze.
I looked at that too. And I thought that was an interesting call. And I always wondered how Joe Pfeiffer was able to jump all those lines to get all the way.
Bait.
I just don't understand how he was able to get. Yeah, I
So
mean,
beating Abus?
yeah,
What's in the rankings?
yeah, exactly. Like, look at all those fighters in between to get to Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
I have no understanding there what happened.
Oh, to make that fight between
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I don't know either, man. The thing is, Joe, he has like a good close relationship with the boss, man. It seems like. And I mean, at the end of the day, Israel did agree to it. So he obviously has the leverage and he could easily be say no.
Well,
but this
I
is
don't
a
think-
test for Israel, I believe, to where he's like, I'm in this tough spot. This is to prove to myself that I'm not scared to take on these newcomers and show them what I still got.
That's true. But on the other side, he really probably didn't have a choice.
You think so?
Well, think about it.
Because he's 3-0 in his 0-3.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you have much of a choice in those situations. But
guess
I
that's
just
true,
don't
yeah.
like. I don't like the jump for like that for Joe Pfeiffer. I don't think he
that's too
deserves
much.
that. I think there's too many people in between there that he should have had to fight in order to get somebody that high.
I agree. Especially if you're still fresh. Like,
but-
he's still pretty new. Like,
right.
Really test the water. Like, test this dude.
Yeah.
We don't want to just throw anyone we can at the belt.
But on the other side of that, I never would want to hold anybody down. I'm not going to throw any salt at my man if he can get that fight. You know what I mean? And it helps him jump these lines. It ain't his fault.
Right.
So
And if he wins, he wins. That means he's better.
Yeah,
And he obviously deserved
exactly.
it.
So I never want to blame the fighter for taking that situation because that's exactly what everybody would do.
Of course.
But as far as the organization is concerned, I just didn't understand the move. And I don't, they don't even explain anything to me. But, as a fan, that's what I see.
Yeah, man. But that wasn't bad. It was good. It was a great main card.
Yeah.
I think we should let's mention some things in the prelims that we saw.
Sure.
Like the feature prelim, which was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt. My man got kicked so hard in the nuts.
He threw up.
So hard. They had to bring in a bucket because he was throwing up. And guess what? The fight wasn't over.
No.
He kept fighting.
He kept fighting. That was pretty amazing.
He kept going, dude.
I was pretty happy
They
about
ended up
that.
having like a little standoff where they were just yelling at each other like, yeah.
And after the first one, and he comes running out super mad, and
Yeah,
I was like,
for
yo, look at this. I thought that was really hilarious.
And they ended up taking 2 points from Shao.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen that before, have we?
I don't
2
remember
points.
2 points ever getting taken from a
is
fighter.
crazy.
I think they should go back to old Pride rules, and you should get a yellow card. If you're stalling on the ground, you get a yellow card. If you're stalling on your feet, you should get a yellow card. You can't be running from fighters like Cody did in the 3rd round. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. You're going to win like that. You got kicked in the nuts twice. I get it, man. That's messed up. He took 2 points from you.
And you still running?
And now you're going to run. Now we're supposed to fight to see who wins this last round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now he messed up and
Yeah.
kind of balanced the playing field. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Yeah, those kind of fights really make me mad when I watch that, especially.
And then also pointing to the ground, like you about to be like, yo, how you gonna point to the ground and then back up?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That kid, the Chinese boy, was ready to go.
Yeah,
He was doing any and everything he could to get that off. But yeah, Cody got the win, and those aren't kind of wins that you're proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I really don't think.
yeah. I think another young guy we should mention, Dante Jones.
Oh.
Johnson. Sorry, Dante Johnson.
Man, Dante. I have a lot of things to say about Dante.
Please do.
So, pure athlete, obviously.
Right.
Major power. Really good hands. Man, dude, let this guy go into a taekwondo class or a high level karate class for like a year,
Yep.
so he can learn some real footwork in his striking. Oh my goodness.
And he should do that strictly.
Yeah. I mean, he's already got everything he has. He has great hips. He can get out the way. He's got great strength, great power, great reaction time. He just needs to learn how to strike properly.
Yeah,
And when he does, if he does that, he's a threat in that division.
I think so too.
He really is,
big,
man.
big dude.
Yes, powerful
Just
guy.
like you said, man. Right now it's just too raw,
He's
too
raw. Yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
But a lot of power. He's 5'8" at 185. But he is
He's
big,
yeah,
man.
He is, man. He's a tough guy, man. And he showed,
Standing straight up, definitely something that I saw he needs to work on. Looping, swinging punches.
yeah, leaning over his punches a lot
Yeah.
too.
But it's cardio.
He had good cardio.
Great.
He had good cardio.
Three rounds, and he was even breathing heavy.
He has some great ingredients. Man.
Exactly.
He's able to stop the takedown. He's got great hips, great power.
Footwork.
His footwork needs work, you know what I mean? Striking and whatnot, but you can see that he can strike. You know what I
Yep.
mean? The guy is somebody you're going to have to pay attention to in the future, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, I mean, this was a switch-up opponent, you know. It's supposed to be Drusko, but, you know, he's always
I think he
hurt.
would have did the same thing.
And they gave him Cody Brundage. Never was a big Brundage fan, and I wonder if he'll stay in the UFC after this loss. Maybe the fact that he came in short notice will keep him afloat, but
You know what?
What's up?
I'm going to say something about Cody. I believe before his fight, the announcers were talking about something that he thought that he could be a really good fighter if he could just get past the mental aspect.
okay.
Now, when I heard that, I can relate to what he's saying because everybody knows Cody is an MMA fighter. He's good. He's a good fighter, but a lot of times you don't know where he is. You know what I mean? He'll attack and then he'll curl up into a situation where he isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And I think his mind works too much in his fight.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by that?
100%.
And I really, that's what I really analyzed his fight this time around to see, because he's got good cardio, good wrestling, he's got pretty good striking. But I think that his mind just works all the time and he can't control it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true, but this is what I see. If I had to analyze him and say that's what Cody's doing. And if he had learned to slow his mind down.
Right. Slow it down. It's definitely a mental game because it does seem like sometimes he just doesn't want to be in there.
It just looks that way. You know, I don't
Yeah.
think that's the case, but I think it may look that way.
It seems almost like once things don't go his way, he's just like, man, it didn't work out. It's almost like, because you're obviously a basketball coach, and I go to your games and I see your players, and it's always the same thing. It's mental, and they get so on themselves, like, and then just kind of like accept position. And,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sometimes you do see that.
You know?
You do see that. And if you can't get past the mental aspect, that's why I said in one of our episodes, I said that's how you gotta become a character. You have to build this character. You know what I mean? Because as a fighter, you're not going to be the same person you are as in the street.
Yeah.
So you have to build this character about yourself that you believe in.
You enter that cage and you put that mask
That's who
on.
you are. This is who you are. And everything else is out the window
Yeah.
for 15 minutes. That's what I think. And I think if Cody would get past that, he would be a pretty damn good fighter.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about him.
I hope so, man. I think there's one more guy we should definitely mention here in the prelims is a guy named Alberto Montez.
Robert.
31 Venezuelan, 145 division. Fought Ricky last night.
Yeah.
This was his debut in the UFC. He's from the Contender Series as well, which is every prospect nowadays, which is pretty dope.
Right.
After last night, his record is 12-1, his professional record. Nice, beautiful darts choke. This dude is nasty.
Yeah, you know
He's
what?
pretty nice.
I think what I say he was like last night.
Topuria?
Yeah. I think he's
It's the Ilya Topuria
I think
himself.
his boxing style, I think his fighting style is a lot like Topuria.
And slick submission, boy.
Very slick, very smooth, crisp striking. He
Yeah.
can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The dude is good, man. He's
Yeah.
really
He
good.
was trying to find his rhythm in the first round, but after the first, he was in the
Yeah.
groove, and it was just
I think he was like, man, let me
Shut
get
up.
rid of this clown. And I don't want to call Ricky a clown. I
Of
kind of
course.
like Ricky, you
Right.
know what I mean? But you could tell that like this,
levels.
yeah, I mean, what you're doing, you learn in your garage. You know what I mean? Like you learn your striking in the garage. Like, I mean, that's
Right.
what it looks like, Ricky. I mean,
Right,
I'm not
right.
taking anything about away from you, man, but
Yeah.
what my man learned is like real martial arts. Like that's some real stuff. So you can see it. You see the difference.
Yeah.
You can see the difference.
100%.
But
But it's
yes,
definitely a dude to look out to, man. 145 division, look out, because I think he's gonna bring some problems.
one more
Yes.
real quick. I wanna I wanna talk about
Which one's
I want to talk about Luke. What happened to Luke last night? Fernandez.
Luke Fernandez. Oh.
Didn't he come in 6-0?
6-0, yes. He did come in 6-0, and he met Rodolfo, which is, I'm pretty surprised they had Rodolfo be the very first fight of the night.
I know.
But quick work.
Man, please.
First round,
He
put him to sleep.
put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Put him to sleep.
Welcome to the UFC, Luke.
And Luke didn't look too bad at the beginning. He did not.
He looked good until he did it.
Yeah, until he didn't, and that was it, man. That was the end of that.
Yeah, man.
So-
Sumadaji, also great performance from him. Shout out. I mean,
He
great performance, man.
yeah.
He played perfectly, used the range, and Aguilera had no chance.
Oh my goodness!
Couldn't get in on him.
Terrible
nothing.
matchup. Terrible matchup.
And the problem is Aguilar, there's no 115-pound division for you to go down to.
I know,
So,
man, and he's got such heart. You
Yeah,
know, and
this got to be so just
frustrating. There's nothing he could do in that fight. Nothing. That's almost like you're telling the little 6th grader to go fight the 10th grader. You know what I mean? You're big. You better go fight that kid, and that kid just playing. That's what that was last night. You know, the kid give everything. he's giving everything.
Right,
you know what I mean? But
exactly.
there's no way he can win. So
funny. Yeah, man. But that was the card last night. And let's move on to some news.
sure.
So first I wanted to address some technical difficulties we were having last night.
Yeah.
Throughout, there were just sometimes there would be like a little green screen that pull up, or the lights would turn off in the entire arena. And then in the main fight, there was like a blackout for 3 whole minutes.
Yeah, we missed like
Of the third round.
Yeah,
like,
we
half
missed a
the
lot.
round was gone when we came back, and Oliveira already had Holloway on the ground. And we're like, yo, what the hell is this?
I know.
So Paramount, get your shit together, please.
Yeah, luckily we didn't have to pay $85 for that. So.
Exactly, because then we'd really be fighting.
Yeah, I'd be pissed about that. But I mean, yeah, you got to get that together, man, especially on the main card.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Then we also had a fight get announced into the Hall of Fame last
Fighter.
night.
Yes.
That was a fight.
Oh, yes. And that deserved every bit of it, didn't it?
Every bit. Zhang Wei Li and Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Oh, man.
Greatest women's fight of all time?
For me, yes. For me, there's not even one close.
No.
Not even close.
I don't think so either.
Not
I could
even
watch
close.
that once a week. Just put it on. Just let's go.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
so good.
That
And
was
those are two elite of the elite. These are 2 top 100 fighters of all time as well.
Yeah. Female girls, I mean,
100%.
man, yeah, both of them. Amazing. Joanna is just, she changed the whole women's division when she
Right.
came in, you know? And then Wei Li came in and said, yo, not here. New sheriff in town. So there was a little rumbling going on, and they settled that thing. And Joanna, man, she looked like Megamind after that fight, but what a fight, dude. What a fight. What heart. What skill.
Yeah,
Best female fight of all time, and it deserved what it got last night.
indeed. Which brings us now to the announcement they made last night. Very disappointed. The White House card.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on this White House card?
I mean, obviously, some of the fights are pretty good, but that's not the kind of fights. You know,
I mean,
the thing
they're
I
good.
thought about it last night, though, there's probably a lot to get into some of these fights. You know what I mean? We don't know the logistics of some of these things, and a lot of fans, as us, would like to see certain fights.
Yeah.
But you know, there's visas, there's this, there's that, there's all kind of different things.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that goes into play.
Yeah. So
The only problem, though, for me is that they hyped it up so much.
They did.
Oh, there's going to be 8 championship fights. This is going to be the greatest fight you've ever seen. The elite of the elite.
Right.
They're teasing this, teasing that. John Jones, Islam. What do we get? We get a regular pay-per-view card.
Yeah, we get a
Regular
pay-per-view card.
schmegular pay-per-view, which, I mean, if this was a regular pay-per-view, this is a great card.
It is a good card.
But I feel like they could have done so much better.
Yeah.
At least one more championship fight. Or throw the Holloway Oliveira fight on there.
I mean, that's what they should have done. But I don't want to see. I only want to see top ranked fighters in this card. I don't want to see anybody, but I don't want to see any. I mean, you know, the Garcia Lopez. I mean,
And there's no prelims. This is it.
it's just it's not a great card as far as I'm concerned. But as I said,
For
once
the
before,
hype and for
the
what
hype,
it is.
exactly. But I don't know the logistics. I don't know what other fighters that they wanted to get couldn't fight. All I wanted was John Jones and Pereira. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
And Islam and Usman.
That's what I wanted to.
Bro.
You give me those 2 fights and that card is gold.
I don't know. This really just upset me because I was so hyped for it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to. I mean, it's, like I said, man, it's a good card. Just could have been so much better. But Topuria Gaethje as the main event, man, we got an American representing. Let's go.
Thank you.
As the main card, you had to have the main event be an American represent. So that's totally understandable right there. We obviously don't have any American champions other than Gaethje.
Yeah. And I'm
The
a supporter
only one.
100%.
Only one. So that's understandable. Now we have Pereira trying to make history to become a 3-time world champion in the UFC
Oh my goodness. That's
against the Frenchman Cyril Gane. This matchup right here, man.
I love
This
it.
is it right
I
here.
love that matchup, dude. I love that matchup.
Yes.
Because nobody, even though I think Cyril actually has a little more better ground game, because we've seen some submissions from him in the past, I think this is going to be a stand-up fight. And
They're going to throw down.
finesse and power. Finesse and power. That's what this is. Because Cyril, he's a finesse fighter, very smooth.
Which is funny saying that the heavyweight is the finesse and
Yeah.
the light heavyweight is the power.
It's true.
Sounds
It's true.
backwards,
It
huh?
does, doesn't it? But you know, everybody knows Pereira's power. And let him gain 20 pounds going into the heavyweight division. Doesn't have to cut any
No
weight.
cutting. He's going to be eating nice.
Man,
There's going to be no
please.
stress on his body.
Please.
Recovery is going to be fantastic. It's going to be the deadliest Pereira we'll ever see.
That's why I wanted John Jones to face him.
Man.
I didn't want Cyril. Cyril's going to get knocked out. And we're going to have in the first time in UFC history a 3-division champion.
That's going to boost Pereira in the all-time.
my-
He's already an all-time great.
Man,
He's already
dude.
one of the greatest to ever do it. So this will boost him up big time.
Oh my goodness.
His resume is going to be insane.
Now, the next one, which is a super interesting fight, O'Malley.
Didn't see this coming.
I didn't either.
Didn't see it coming.
But I think after Zahabi's last performance, he needed a big fight, a big name. And I think this is the perfect matchup for him. I think O'Malley's going to lose again. I don't want to say again. I just think he'll lose this fight. I don't think stylistically it's a great fight for him, but it's definitely a good step up for Zahabi.
Yeah, thing about Zahabi, he brings the pressure, right? He's going to bring it to O'Malley, and he switches it up well. He does it all, from striking to taking him down, grappling, clinching. He does the whole 9. So we'll see how O'Malley's going to try to solve this puzzle.
I don't think he can. I just don't. I don't think he can. He can't snipe his way out of this one. I don't think so. But I do like the matchup, and O'Malley may prove me wrong because he's done it in the past.
I hope he does.
You know, he's been a
Come on,
a
Sugar
good.
Show.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the kid's still able to grow in his skill levels. You know what I mean? And so I think that O'Malley will give him a good fight, but I just think Zahabi's just more well-rounded,
Yeah.
and that will be the difference.